Well, hey guys, thanks so much for jumping on. I want to share some things with you today, some good news. We told you in services today online that there would be a big announcement coming later today. Well, that's what this is. This is the big announcement. I am enjoying the beautiful day on my front porch, watching people walk by the park-like environment that's sitting out here right now and enjoying the sunshine and everything else. I'm wearing my Rangers hat, mostly because I miss baseball. It's one of the things that I miss, and I look forward to hopefully getting to enjoy again very soon. It is not the only thing that I hope to enjoy again very soon. I am hoping that we can enjoy our company again together very soon. The elders and I and your staff have been meeting and praying about a soft reopening with the news from Governor Abbott and other sources in this last week. It has become clear to us that there will be avenues by which we can do that, and we are going to. In fact, I will share with you the date. It is going to be May 10th for our soft reopening. Now, there's a lot that rides on this, and I want to share that up front. We're going to have some extra volunteers. We're going to have to do things a little differently. And so being able to procure all the necessary supplies and volunteers to open on the 10th is the only thing that will keep us from being able to do it. So if we can't get the right number of people to help us with cleaning, the right number of people to help us with volunteering and making sure that we can operate safely and in the way that the governor has asked, then we'll have to push that back. So this is really contingent upon the church stepping up. Now, that being said, you may be thinking, how can we reopen church and need more volunteers? Well, we're not going to be reopening the same way that we were before for a while. In other words, that means a couple things. And I want to outline those things for you in this video. Before I say that, I do want to make sure you understand that if you are hesitant, if there is fear about getting out in public for any reason, that is okay. We understand that. You may not want to come back into a larger gathering of people. You may be 65 or older and find yourself wanting to avoid those groups longer. You may find yourself as a health risk in one way or another, immune compromised in some way, and you don't want to get back together in groups. And I will tell you, we have tons of grace for that, and we will also continue our online services. We've been one of those churches that's been fortunate enough to always have some kind of an online presence, and so it is still going to be a natural part of what we do, which means you can still be a part of services and everything that we have going on right from the comfort of your own home. You can stay as safe as you'd like, or you can come and join us. It is entirely up to you, and that's the joy of being able to make that choice. So we have plenty of grace regardless of your choice, but we feel like it is time, and we are excited to join again in worship. So now I'll talk a little bit about the specifics, what that looks like, and how that might be different than what you remember as we continue on in this video. So again, and maybe most importantly, the health and safety of all our members is paramount. We know a lot of you are anxious about this, getting back to any kind of normal, and so what we're doing is praying that this happens well. But I think now more than ever, we need to make sure we're showing grace and love towards each other, especially if we have different expectations surrounding the virus and everything that we've been encountering as a nation. So if somebody doesn't want to shake a hand, somebody doesn't want to give a hug, or somebody doesn't want to sit close, have grace. Understand that desire. Guys, it is not personal. They're being safe the best way that they know how. So on the other side of that, if someone wants to shake hands or share a hug or sit close, guys, they're adults, and they should be shown the same grace we would give others, right? The same grace you want even for yourself. So now to the nuts and the bolts in light of your health and safety. There are going to be some things that we urge. I'm waving hi to some kids in the park. Some things that we urge all of you guys, especially members who are at risk. But first of all, if you are 65 and older, I will say this again, and you have underlying health risks, you may choose to, and wisely choose to, stay home. And we are going to maintain the live stream. The live stream will continue to go out. However, it will only go out at the 9 o'clock hour, and then it will be available afterwards. So if you're worried about contracting COVID-19, there is still an option for you at home. So exercise all the discernment you want. Exercise all the caution. Enjoy church the way that you see fit moving forward. Regardless of the decisions we've made, you have that freedom and choice. So the stream will be available after the 9 o'clock service for replay anytime on Sundays or throughout the rest of the week. Another change is that we will not be offering kids ministry. No kind of kids ministry at all. So since the governor has asked all of the churches to maintain social distancing, guys, you are welcome to bring your kids to church and then sit as a family unit. But I don't think there's any conceivable way we can do kids ministry at Pin Oaks without compromising that directive or guideline that has been set by those that are around us of the 6-foot social distancing. So we want you to come. We want you to sit with your family. We want you to feel safe to do it. But again, if it's easier, if it's safer for your family than to just worship with us from home still until we can do kids ministry, the live stream will be available from the 9 o'clock service and beyond each week. Here's another change. We will not be serving or having any food or drinks at least for the foreseeable future. And not yet. I mean, it could be that it returns, but for the foreseeable future, and I think for obvious reasons, distributing food and beverage at the church poses a risk to all of us, at least as a potential spread risk. And so as such, we're going to suspend that ministry indefinitely. And so this will affect all areas of ministry, kids, youth, student work, anything at any time when it opens back up. But for now, nothing on Sunday morning. So feel free to bring your stuff from home. We'd be thrilled to have you do that. In terms of communion, until we can get individual communion packets, we'll be helping instruct families and individuals to practice this important aspect of our faith from home. But once we're able to obtain the right supplies and be able to procure those for the church, then we'll proceed with communion together again. Our greeters are going to be tasked with something different. They'll function differently than they have. Greeters will function in a way that while they are gifted handshakers and huggers, and you know that, they will be refraining from that activity during this time. They'll be gloved predominantly for their own protection, and to some degree yours. They'll be the ones opening and closing doors so that we don't have people handling those surfaces as often. So our hope and desire before we open is to have a member of a greeting team at all the main doors of our facility for that purpose. If you or your kids are sick, and please hear this, we want you to understand we love you, but we need you to enjoy our services from your home until that you're free from symptoms. This is a boundary of respect, and we ask that you work hard to honor this, not just in this season, but really just moving forward. Sometimes we are tempted to bring our kids even when they're not 100%, and I think that maybe the days of that practice are gone. So just notice that. You're going to notice a lot of other changes, maybe small changes that aren't as comfortable or they're not normal, but just be gracious and kind and patient with us as we really try to prioritize the important things during this time as we try to get back together. Guys, we may never really go back to the old way of doing things, but what we will do is we'll get back to meeting together over the course of time. Our prayer throughout this whole process and through the days that we have in front of us is that the guidelines will continue to loosen every couple of weeks, and that eventually we can resume all ministries and functions within the church in a safe and responsible way. That's the direction we've been praying. Now, I will tell you a couple things as we prepare to close this. This is not exhaustive in terms of a list of things that are going to change, and it's all dependent on you. It's all dependent on your ability to step up and volunteer to help make sure that we can do everything we need to do in between services. I know for sure we'll do a 9 and a 10:45 service. I don't know if we're going to have to add more. I'm going to learn more about that on Tuesday as I have the ability to step on a conference call with pastors in the state and our governor and lieutenant governor and attorney general. So they're going to be sharing more about what they expect of churches, and really ultimately what I think is great is they see this as important, as essential. I know that's a word we've been using a lot. We've known that it's essential. We've known that it's important. But to have them recognize that as our elected officials sure is a nice recognition. It helps us know where they stand. So we're going to be learning a lot on Tuesday. But regardless of what we learn, if we get the volunteers and we get the necessary supplies, May 10th will be our soft opening. So I'm excited for that. I hope you are too. We need to be praying and asking God to lead, guide, and continue to direct us all. But I do know that it will dramatically and for the better change the things that we are doing as a church, and I cannot wait. Last word is that many people have stepped up, and we've made some really great changes in the nearly 2 months we will have been apart. And I know that's crazy, 2 months. By the time May 10th rolls around, it will be just shy of 2 months by a couple days. So we made some great changes. Our tech ministry has every week grown. Our worship team has sacrificed and served and done some pretty incredible things. And all of our staff has really gone above and beyond in different ways. And so I am thrilled to death of the hard work and the commitment we've seen, and am anxious to see how that translates into a better, stronger church as we move forward. I love you guys. I know that there may be lots and lots of questions. I still have lots of questions. Our elders still have lots of questions. And I think as we go, we're going to have to make shifts and changes so that we're doing the best that we can as this unfolds and we get back to meeting together. So, hey guys, we love you. We're excited to meet with you again. May 10th is that date, so we'll have one more week of online services, and then we will be meeting back again online only, and then we'll be meeting back again on campus at the 9 and 10:45 slot for sure, but we may be needing to add more depending on all the guidelines that come out. So guys, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. We will do our best to communicate everything we can in a timely manner, and know that we are excited to have the opportunity to meet with you again.